What made you get into acting?
Lately, I have been feeling that, oh my God, why did I choose this? At that point, you're 18, I just finished high school, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be an actor, whatever that means. I thought it's like super cool to be anything you wanna be. I wanted to quit many times during the production. I can think of the saddest things in my life, and I won't be able to cry.
Hello, welcome to Vulgar Conversations. Finally, I have another guy in the podcast, Āris. His last name is hard to pronounce for me. I come from Latin America, so... Matesovičs, obviously.
Good, that was good.
I'm impressed. So I'm very happy to have you here. He's one of the leading actors in the movie. Phenomenal job, and we're gonna be talking about everything about how we made the movie, the subjects in the movie, and yeah, enjoy. Episode number 4. We did a short film before to get the, how's it called, the budget for the movie. And but the actor that we found, literally, we found him the day before, and he basically saved the shoot for us, yeah? But he was too young, like for the character. I felt he was too young. I wanted somebody a little bit older. To be fair, at the beginning, I don't know, when you enter, I had only half the script. So it was a hard bet for a lot of people because it's like, okay, I'm just seeing half the movie. He supposedly is gonna finish the movie. But you know, I understand a lot of people before has been a little bit, you know, it's a very old trick in the book that producers say, and yeah, we're gonna finish them when they never finish, and everybody feels they're wasting their time. So, yeah. But I did want it. My idea is I wanted somebody that felt, which is kind of like a compliment. I wanted somebody that feels what for me is a typical Latvian, but the cinema version of what it, you know, it needs to be more handsome, a little bit, but still have the Latvian vibe. So that's how when I was looking between you and there was another guy that I also really liked. The thing is, like, he was too strong. I felt like he was too, like, not in a bad way. I just feel that these are things that I never saw in the character. Because I felt that, you know, your character had to have this friendlier vibe so that people wouldn't hate him. Because he can, you know, we're seeing him from her eyes. So, you know, sometimes in certain people's story, we could be the bad guy. Yeah, so, yeah, I was very, very aware of that. And yeah, but I know you haven't seen anything about the movie, but I can't wait to
the trailer. Yeah.
The trailer, yeah. But I can't wait to show it, to be fair, because I'm very proud of everybody's job, and I really want to hear from the local people how do they compare it, because you know the production is mainly it's like 98% Latvian, but the 2% that is not Latvian is the director, so he has a lot of influence in the story and how it's played. But I just can't wait to see if this is something that people relate.
Well, I'm also curious because because you definitely bring a different vibe.
Yeah, okay.
Like not like this classical, like you said before, European cinema. So, but I like your confidence. I know Latvians, and they tend to be really into themselves and really skeptical, and everything's like. I'm not saying this is the case, but I'm always I'm afraid of Latvians.
Of course, no, me too.
They can be super skeptical.
No, me too, because also this is you know, I grew up in the 90s, so this is something based on my life that happened in my country, but that when I moved to Latvia, I felt Latvia was going through the same process, just a little bit later, you know. And it might be what we were talking off camera before, that, you know, it used to be a Soviet country. Yeah. So, you know, it was a little bit stuck in time, maybe culturally. I'm just guessing. It's not like I have any comments.
For example, there were no sex during Soviet Union. It was happening somewhere there, far away.
It was the stork bringing the kids, and that's it.
And also in the fields, you can find them between lettuce or what was it? Yeah, so...
Oh, good. So, I'm like, what?
Sorry.
No, that's good.
Be careful, kids. Don't talk and drink.
Yeah. So, and not in the podcast. But so I really want to see how is the reception, because I feel it's kind of like a modern story, but it's also I think it's a sensitive subject because, I felt when I moved here, there was a lot of, how's it called? It felt very conservative.
Yeah.
So, which for me was a shock.
That is one thing. Sorry to interrupt, but the second thing is, I think they can be conservative, or the other ditch, so to say, is to be like super artsy. We're making so artsy movies that nobody understands.
Yeah.
It's like a guy's walking and there's a fog behind him, and then it's like...
The end.
What? And then there's also a lot of sadness, for example, because we were suppressed, and there war movies, a lot of like we're suffering, and it's all gray, and to see you being so enthusiastic, it's love, it's passion, it's like pow, pow, pow. I was like, okay, let's go, let's see how Latvians take this, because they tend to be really... I don't know, like
skeptical,
and used to these high artsy European. We are European, but so I have always missed where are our action movies. I wanted to become a cinema director even, because nobody's making those movies, and I was like going to school. I didn't finish it. I got into it, but
Which school? Meaning acting school?
Latvian Academy of Culture. Yeah. Now the acting school I finished.
Yeah.
Because
you didn't finish the directing.
Yeah. I also did cinematography for 1 semester. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
why didn't you finish?
Because I was offered 2 roles in theater, and I thought, well, it's 4 years I have done acting stuff.
Yeah.
Only 1 semester in cinematography, so I thought I should do acting.
For sure.
And it was another bachelor, so it was hard to do both. You know, when you're doing masters, like everybody's like, you can do your stuff and then finish masters at some point.
Yeah.
But it was like 2 bachelors, and I was like, I can't do this. Go in the morning and do all those lectures and everything.
Yeah.
So because I wanted to make those action movies. If nobody's taking me for action movies and making those action movies, I thought, I'm going to do the action
Somebody
movies.
has to do that.
Yeah, because actually there was this director, Āris Matesovičs, in Soviet times, when it was Riga, this cinema studio. There were a lot of like chase scenes with old Russian vehicles and shooting and detectives, and there used to be this stuff. And now where are our heroes? Like MacGyver and all like TV series with MacGyver. A-Team. Like heroes that win the bad guys. I miss them.
Yeah. Well, I grew up on that.
I love it.
I love it. I love it because now that you're saying because you're basically telling me how you see the local cinema. I think one of the problems that I see here that we used to have in Venezuela is that the majority of the industry is financed by the government. Yeah. So they are all this kind of social, cultural projects. Here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So it's war, and it kind of detaches. That's the freedom that we had by making this movie, that I could tell just a romance about 2 people that most probably somebody in Riga is going through something like that. And
everybody's more or less having relationship, and they're loving and doing all that stuff that comes out of loving.
Because where I come from, we had the American cinema, as I told you, and the European cinema. And the American cinema was very product-based. It was for the people, for stories that people want to consume. And I feel that's what is missing here, that we need to open it up slowly. I had written that movie, that romance, Vulgar, like 10 years ago, and never thought I would shoot it here in Latvia, but I'm happy I did. It's an outstanding piece of work for everybody that was involved here. I couldn't believe it. Like last time that when I saw the screening, I was like, I was very impressed because I could have never imagined I could do that as my first movie, let alone in a country that I know very few people. And but I'm so happy. I just can't. But I really want to hear what you're saying. I'm really there with you. Like I want to say, what are the skeptics are going to say? What is the audience going to say? How are they going to receive it? And because I might be crazy and people are going to hate it, and I know nothing about the internal market, or fucking romance are going to be back in the because it's just, well, a lot of people are in relationship. I would guess that people can relate to problems like that, and that's why I did it. Well, I did it because it's my own story, and I think at the end of the day you end up talking about what you live.
If you believe in it and you're being honest and you're not making this because vulgar and it's pow, pow, pow. I just want to do something crazy, vulgar, yes. And of course, I think it's an important thing. But we'll have to see. We can't. We can just guess right now.
Right now we're guessing. No, but what is important is to start, like, I really like what you're saying, because I like the questions, making them before time. So now that I also know how, that you're like, here they're skeptic, and there, well, let's see what we're going to be talking in 4 months after it's screen and see what people thought about it.
And also there's like different people that are going to watch. There's going to be like the critics, then cinema professionals. They're really like, what is this? And then there's going to be the people. Well, I make it for the people, to be fair. Of course, we want to be acknowledged by in the industry because there are our peers, and you also want to celebrate with them. But for example, I went to school in NYU, and my teacher, my mentor, the how's it called, the elevator would stop. I think it was the 10th or 11th floor, and every time the door would open, he would palm it like this, and he would be serious. You're in the critics floor. It was a joke that he had running all the time, but you cannot be happy here. This serious stuff, and then we will move until the top. But I would love for the critic to receive it fondly, but in reality, what I want is the audience to connect. Because for me, at the end of the day, a movie is kind of like a recipe of transformation. Okay, my theory is that somebody that goes through this. And in our movie, the main character is Angelica, Katrina's character. If she goes through something like this and takes these certain decisions, she goes from A to B, and that's the theory. Some people would say, I relate, and some people would say, no, you're crazy. But that is the debate that you open, and I do it is for the normal people, not for the... And again, you can't please everybody. It's impossible.
For sure.
Everywhere. Even, I don't know, theater, cinema, shops, shoes, clothes. You can't make for
one
everybody.
Fits all. True.
Yeah.
No, in my mind, it was always a commercial project. It wasn't, I don't feel it's like if, I would be surprised if critically does anything, because it's a romantic comedy. It's like I take it it's still a story of self-development and transformation, but through the eyes of a romantic comedy. And so it's a tone, I feel it's very funny. I don't know if it's gonna be funny for everybody else, but I laugh a lot. So we'll see how that goes. I wanted to ask you something that you were saying right now, that your story directing. What made you get into acting?
I don't know. It was probably a different idea about what acting is at that time.
Okay.
That it's. I thought it's like super cool to be anything you want to be, sort of, or you can be anything in the world. You can be, I don't know. Anything.
Yeah. You can be Batman.
You can be a Batman, or a Superman. I actually like those superhero movies, and action movies.
Me too.
That has always been my stuff.
Okay.
Mission Impossible and Matrix, and and I always imagined that I'm into those movies. I don't know. I used to maybe play after I saw the movies, and I pretend that I am.
You would pick the heroes or the bad guys? I was always picking the bad guys. That's why.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, No, I think heroes. More
Heroes.
like heroes,
Yeah. No, I was always picking the bad guy. That it was very unconscious, but yeah, as a kid.
But it's a good question. At that point, of course, now I'm looking at this decision from time lately. I have been feeling that, oh my God, why did I choose this profession?
Yeah.
I could have, learned, I don't know, anything else.
Yeah.
Not this, but maybe it's a 30s crisis or something for
1000%.
Yeah, and I'm questioning myself, why did I do this? But okay, I still have a lot of things ahead of myself, and I can do anything. But yeah, at that point, I think I also thought about it because I sort of imagined actor as this Hollywood actor with this Hollywood,
like a star, celebrity.
Yes, star, celebrity with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Movies, hero movies, looking good, and I think that was the thing. At one point, I wanted to be a dentist because they earn a lot of money.
Okay.
But I understood.
So it was about the money. That's
I think so. Yeah. So I always wanted to be rich, I guess.
And you went through acting. That's kind of like a because theater and acting. Well,
I didn't know. At that point, you're 18. I just finished high school, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be an actor, whatever that means. Like you don't know, and then you finish, and no theater is not taking you anywhere, and he's like, okay, I can go and work in, I don't know, in a gas station. But that is a bad
I get you,
job, but
yeah, but nobody goes to school for 4 years to go in a gas station. They just go straight to the gas station.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what should I do now with this education? It's like, where shall I put it? Yeah. But I was lucky enough that me and my colleagues that we were. No, it's not colleagues.
like classmates.
Classmates. Okay. We started our own theater, and
which is what I saw the play that you invited me, like the. Which one? The one with the how's it called? Jesus Christ, zombies.
You saw the zombies?
Yes, yeah.
All right. I invite people and then I don't know if they can come. Yeah. Those guys.
I love the impact that I made on you when I went to see the zombie movie. No, I'm kidding. No, but it was pretty cool. Like it was pretty cool to see.
It was really contemporary. We don't usually make, but that's why I invited you because it had no language barrier because you could read.
And it was contemporary, but it wasn't to the crazy point because I've seen like contemporary stuff that I'm like, no, bro, why? Like, no, don't do this to me. There was something there. I liked it. I really enjoyed the experience. It was very audience aware. Like there are people that are doing contemporary stuff that they just don't care, and they're gonna be ping, ping, 5 hours, you just have to feel because.
But I also sometimes do this contemporary stuff.
Yeah.
And but I can go to I don't know an art gallery and don't understand why is this there and why is it. So I tend to be skeptical, and sometimes I think, oh, I could do that, but then my girlfriend reminds me, but you haven't done that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, yeah, and that maybe makes it this art and why it's there. So, but it's a bigger question. What is art? What is not art? What is contemporary? Yeah. Let's not go there.
Yeah. No, I'm into pop stuff. Like me personally, what I make. Like I go through the middle, and it's more audience related. It's not so. I'm not trying to express the theories of Kafka or Nietzsche or anything. Yeah? Like I'm just trying to tell a simple story that people can enjoy home on Sunday. Maybe they get a thought, and that's it.
You asked me why I wanted to become an actor, and I replied that because of the money and fame, I guess. Now I don't think that this was like. No, I thought about it back then.
I get it, of course, obviously, yeah. No, well, my story is even more ridiculous. I wanted to be like Jack Nicholson, but I didn't want it to be an actor. I wanted to be literally the guy. So it was nice. Crazy. It was nice. And that's how I got into acting. And then in acting, one of my mentors told me, you gotta direct, because I think, I played sports when I was younger, so I was used to communicating with people, and directors and actors tend to be very isolated, at least in my country. So I was the one who could organize everybody around the scene. But now I love it doing it. Yeah, like when I started directing, I hated it because when you're an actor, you want to be on stage. You don't want to be telling other people what to do.
But I guess I always liked to pretend that I am something. Maybe that's the thing, because usually everybody asks, what do you want it to be they ask children, what do you want when you grow up? Yeah. Usually there's a fireman, a policeman. And I don't know, from week to week it changed for me, because one week I saw this big truck collecting trash outside, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to be that guy. I want to drive that car and take out trash. So cool. And I'm going to I'm this trash guy that takes out trash. And I wasn't like, oh, that's the trash guy. I'm like, wow, that's so nice.
Okay, that's cool.
So I saw those things, and I pretended to be maybe other people. So maybe that's where it comes from. Like I want to pretend that I'm something
something
else.
That you're not. Well, keep your.
At that point, I was nothing. I was just a kid, you
know?
Yeah. So I'm trying out everything more or less, or playing,
Yeah, but what is cool is that you kept with it, because a lot of people grow out of that feeling, like they try to get into conventional jobs, and you gotta do this because this is how you're gonna feed yourself or whatever.
But I'm still sort of I don't know. I think just 2 years ago maybe I convinced myself, Āris, this is a real job you're doing, because until now I think every day I think, everybody's having their mortgages, kids, they're building houses. What do I have? I have bought a car. It's not. I'm not paying for it. I bought it with my own money. Yeah. It's used, not new. So I don't have any. How do you say? Credit loan in the bank. I don't have it, and everybody's having is this? I didn't feel that I'm living a real life, and this is a real job. And so.
But I think, how were your teachers what were they telling you about acting? Because the thing that changed my perspective, because at the beginning I also felt this is kind of like a dream, hippie dream. I had this teacher that she would say all the time in class, she would say, sit straight up. You're not a doctor, like a doctor. Like a doctor is like you're an actor. You have to sit straight up. And that would, she took the profession with so much love and care and admiration that it really made me think about acting completely different. And I do feel it's the most noble profession on the world. I don't think it's more necessary than being a doctor, don't get me wrong. but the thing is, the actor has to endure some self-pain just to provide something for everybody else. So he puts himself into service of other people, and I think that conversation.
I have never felt that when I'm serving other people with my what I do on the stage or in front of a camera.
But you are, for sure. Maybe you haven't felt it, but it's inevitable. Somebody's gonna click with you. Somebody's gonna hate you, but because they need to hate you because of the story, and that's gonna be that, and that's what it is. It's just sometimes, gravity is there. Whether you acknowledge it or not, you're having an effect when you're part of a play, whether you acknowledge it or not. The best part is that when you start acknowledging it, you can do something about it. Yeah? But yeah, one thing that I wanted to say is that, that I hear you talk and I'm like, it's like the formation in Latvia is kind of different.
What do you mean?
Meaning that because I'm telling you, literally, my teacher was the one, because I came with my own doubts out, but my teachers were the ones who made me understand, okay, this is the most important thing you can do in the universe. Also, when I went to film school, because, I went to a big film school that Scorsese went there, Spike Lee went there. So they're like Oliver Stone. So you're supposed to follow the steps of the greats. And then you become something bigger than yourself. There's a legacy that you have to walk through. And it's not because I feel I'm going to be anything like that, but just the fact that you're there makes you kind of, the people treats you. One thing that happens is that if a teacher has seen a student, and then they see it become somebody very, very big. Like my mentor in NYU in the school, he's the guy who one of his students was Todd Phillips, the guy that now did the Joker. But I went to school back in the day.
Yeah.
When you have seen somebody that was a kid in your class and then become something big, you start treating all the new kids like, well, we don't know who's gonna be after. And I felt that he was very, whatever you need, I'm gonna be here. You need the contacts, the other movies, what do I need to recommend you? What do I need to give you so that you can flourish? And that made it very, very important in the experience for me, because then you feel like, oh, if I don't make it, it's not because the environment didn't give me everything. They're rooting for me. It's like being on a race and everybody like, oh, go. It's up to me. Mm-hmm. So that was very, very important. Very, very important, because it changed my way. Before, I was the same like you. I wanted to be a star or whatever I had in my head, yeah? So, Hollywood, these kind of things. But then it becomes something that, okay, you're here, you have a mission, you have to tell your story, fight for it. It's not gonna be easy like it wasn't for anybody else. No excuses. And yeah, that was profound. I think that changed me profoundly. How was it for you to shoot with us? Because I think you had the challenge of, because we shot in 2 blocks, but you shot the last day on the first block and then on the second block. So you came when everybody was already on, very well driving. So you must have felt, I don't know if you felt a little bit that, like they're running faster than I. How was the chaos for you?
Yeah, that was actually, I recently had the same experience actually with another movie.
Okay.
I played not one of the main characters, because the main story is happening in a classroom between parents, and I played the guard in front of the school.
Okay.
And I have a role also, an important role, but it's like a side role, just a few scenes. And I also arrived for the last days, and I feel everyone's like, oh yeah, hi, so. I was like,
yeah,
hey guys. I know the actors, of course, but I feel like they're already there, the family. They have been shooting for a week.
Yes.
They're super close together, and now I arrive, and I was like, where am I? What is this?
We did shoot the fastest Latvian movie, so we were shooting very fast. So I don't know how it felt for you, because you were...
First day was really confusing, because sometimes you have worked with some of the people in the industry, like the sound guys the same, and then some people, they don't change.
Yeah, no, but here, everybody was new when you arrived, for sure.
Yeah, and I kind of felt that, I don't know, maybe because they all were so new, everybody was into their department.
Okay.
I had the feeling that maybe people are not working together, and I was a bit oh my God, what is this? Because sorry, no offense.
No, don't take it.
I don't want to be with my nose in the clouds, because I have worked in one movie and some TV series.
Yeah.
But I have met some people, and I'm used to working in some specific way, or how people work, and then there was this team, completely new, completely different, and I felt like, like everybody's on their own somehow. Guys talk to each other, because the focus was on his own, and the sound guy was on his own, and the camera was... I thought at the beginning it was all over the place. You were running around trying to get all these departments. That was... I had the feeling the first day, oh my God, this is chaos. Maybe it wasn't, I don't know.
It was, because the thing that happened is that first scene that we did with you, it was the hardest scene in the movie, because it's a very important moment that a lot of things are happening and they need to come together. So that was why it was so complicated. But the funny part is that I love this, because then you're gonna see the result, and you're gonna go through the experience of, oh my God, I never imagined this gonna look like this.
Because I think the thing was that I arrived, I'm there, like when I have read the script, and sometimes we have a small rehearsal or something, and it's like blah, 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 something like blah, 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 going around. It's like, blah, blah. Okay, now let's shoot. And I was like, wait, we should rehearse or try something?
On camera, yes.
Yeah, but I had the feeling, I don't know, maybe I'm lying right now. I don't remember exactly, but I think I had the feeling that, wait, guys, somebody talk with me, because, but as you explained, there were a lot of things happening because the set needed to be set up properly, and a lot of things were going on.
No, and it was a very stressful. That was the most stressful scene for me, because it's a very complicated scene to shoot. That specifically of the first. It's not like anything else is easier, but it is easier. Like that was because climax are always chaotic. You're trying to really understand where it's gonna be what's the angle. But I can't wait to show it to you, because you're gonna be a little bit shocked. I'm 100%.
In a good way.
In a good way. I bet you're gonna be in a good way, because it is like no. I cried watching the movie. I haven't told you this because I've told everybody else.
First time I saw it in a podcast. Yeah, you told about it.
I cried. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was like, how does one cry watching his own movie? Yeah. It made absolutely no sense. But I feel all the pieces played to how they needed to play, like to say it that way. I feel with you, what was hard is that it's like I have been talking with Katrina for so long. I have been talking with Gabo for even longer, because with Gabo was particular because he's coming here. He was the only thing in my head when he said yes. I was like, I'm making the movie. For me, because he's one of my favorite actors of all time, including all the Hollywood big actors and everything. I would rank him top 10 all time. So when I sent him the script, I know how much theater he has in him. So I was like, what he's gonna say matters. So, and he was so invested. We talked so much script. We talk, and he's basically playing me. So, which was very interesting because he's very different from me. So it brought something to the character that for me made it way more interesting, because nobody wants to look at themselves. It's kind of like cringy, yeah? So it brought this, but then I needed this from you. And one of the things is that I felt confident because I had seen your movie that, okay, this guy's gonna be able to jump on the spot. But in reality is that, we had so little, like this scene should have taken like 2 days, just the scene that we shot in one morning. So we had to, go on the spot and do it as fast as we could, because that's the only way we could have made the movie, budget-wise. But I was very happy, and I do remember that when we did the second part, I felt at some moment you were kind of trying to understand. Okay, but and I was like, this is it was interesting because I was like, fuck, we could have talked more before.
Yeah, because of course it's not like there's one recipe how to do a role or play. And as you explained, you guys were doing shooting for many days and maybe understood each other, saying only a few words.
Yeah.
And for me, I arrive and I want to understand the style. Is this, how are we playing? Are we being there's different ways how to speak a sentence, a text, and everything, and how to feel, to be more expressive, less expressive, more inside. And I always, in cinema, you need to, and also in theater, you count on the director that he's gonna say, okay, this was too much. Need more emotion and something, and I'm looking at you, and you're
because there's another.
Let's go.
No, there's another thing.
No, I'm not saying that you didn't talk with me.
I know.
You did. You worked with me.
Yeah. But there was another thing that I learned about working with Latvian actors after that I didn't know while we were shooting. That is, if I pass from a shot that you did, I don't think that what you did is good. I think what you did is amazing. If I say next shot, it's because I feel what you delivered is amazing. Because for me, it's obvious that if it's not amazing, I'm gonna keep shooting until you make it amazing. But in Latvia, that's not the experience. The feeling is that if you're passing, is because
what was wrong?
Yeah. It wasn't good, and I understood that. Because this happened also with the DOPs. The DOPs told me you need to communicate more because they're not understanding. I'm like, bro, the job is amazing, but I feel it's so obvious that I'm like, do I really need to tell you that this is great? Weren't you like you're there? You should know. So I didn't know that. That was a cultural kind of clash, because when I understood it, I'm like, well, it takes me no difference to tell you, great job, man. Oof, I love it. Like, I love this detail, because, I'm in the monitor seeing the moment that like, this is one of the shots that is, like, you do it, I'm like, oh, I love how he did it. Like, it looks like something, it's perfect for what I wanted. Yeah. It takes me nothing to say it, but I'm like, because I like it so much, I'm like, okay, this guy clearly knows what he's doing, and he's thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this to the director, and the guy's gonna be killed. And the look that I'm giving you is like, okay, let's do the other one. It's like, yeah, you killed it. But I'm not saying it, but I was imagining that everybody was understanding. This was particularly difficult with Katrina, because I realized at some moment, I think I told this story already, but we had a problem with one sound that we were recording, and the sound guy, he's in Argentina, he tells me, can you record this line on top, because I want to put it like it's coming when everything is dark, and then it comes to a scene. So she had to dub a line, and she's telling me, oh, well, if you need me to shoot the scene again, we'll do it. And I'm like, no, it's great already. This is to make it even better. Yeah, so I understood, they don't like it. I need to make clear. It's going to be better if I make clear to everybody how good is the job that they're doing. And after that, I started communicating way more.
Yeah, maybe it's a thing here now that you notice with more and more actors working with more and more, that they need this confirmation. Maybe. Yeah. Good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just this one.
Yeah. And it's too easy to do it. By the way, I do feel the acting here, the level is really good. I really enjoyed it. Because I feel that even with guys that they would be too theatrical, if anything, it took me 2 sentences to, okay, it's here, volume down, okay, perfect. Yeah, like there in other places I've been like we need to call a new actor, because this is not gonna happen, because they just don't have the volume. It's like they're a radio and the volume broke, and there's nothing you can do. Let's show you the trailer. We want to make a little reaction video of you watching the trailer. This, just to give you full disclosure, we made, as you know, we're doing all these things to promote the movie, because we want everybody to go and see it in the cinemas. And one of the things is, TikTok is very popular, and the great media team here made this very TikTok-y trailer. You're gonna see it, and it's a mix with this is the draft, it's not ready, but I just really want to see you, because they want to see your face while you're...
and if my face is super calm?
Don't worry, just be yourself. We'll AI it. If it's not that good, we'll AI it.
Smo visi nakon planovis. Da būs pat labākā balīte. Es nevaru sagaidīt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was coming in tomorrow.
I'm Simon.
Do you know it's not appropriate for a married woman to hang out with other men?
I would never go out with you.
It's proven that human beings are not supposed to consume dairy.
If you would taste it, you'd know that's not true.
The more you deny, the sure I'll be just like me. The more you deny, the sure I'll be just like me.
Are you having an orgasm already?
The real question is, do you love diaries?
Of course I do.
Well, then that's it.
Yes, I'm vulgar for sure.
Tu neesi aizmirsus man kaut ko pastāstīt?
That's good. How did you like that?
That's good. I'm not ashamed of myself, so that's
good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, because you always, you should be moving and you don't know. You walk to a premiere and you're like, oh my God.
I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm gonna show it before.
No. I would actually go to
a premiere.
Yeah. It's not like I'm like, no, we can't show this. This is like I'm playing so bad. No, it looked really profesh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
like
looks TikTok-y.
Hollywood-y.
Did you get the
TikTok-y.
yeah the captions that talk?
Oh, of course, the captions.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I don't use TikTok. I tend to
Me neither.
go away from these platforms. They're taking too much of my time.
Yes.
But I understand they're necessary. But yeah, this is.
But you liked it.
I liked it. Yeah. It's really catchy, and it. I think it breaks the classical Latvian movie feeling. It doesn't feel like a Latvian movie at all.
I know.
It feels like like this like from America.
What I love is that there's Latvian language.
Yeah, that's gonna be so interesting. There's actually more than 2 languages: Latvian, English, and
no, it's mainly that. There's a little bit of Spanish here and like 2 lines in Russian, but it's mainly English and Spanish and English and Latvian. But I really liked it because, you know, at the beginning when I came here, a lot of producers and writers and directors, I'm not gonna name names, of course, but they would tell me, no, you cannot make movies in Latvian because you're not gonna be able to sell them outside. I'm like, yeah, but the problem is in Latvia. Why would if in the story doesn't make sense that they speak English, then it makes no sense that they need to speak Latvian. And I was that, you know, I'm very into acting. So I was like, yeah, Latvian can sound bad if, like Spanish sounds bad if the acting is just not good because the intentions and the subtext are not in place. And it's very cringy in every movie when people say what they mean because it looks like TV and that's why we hate it. But that's something that I'm very aware, and I was all the time talking to you, okay, this is what you want here, this is what's happening here. And yeah, we had that's a funny story. In one of the scenes, we didn't have enough reactions of you because she had that huge monologue. I'm not wanna say in which moment in the movie, you're gonna remember.
I imagine, yeah.
So you know, to make it more dynamic, I needed to cough faster, so I needed more reactions of you. But at some moment, you know, I thought I was going to shoot it away. So it was very hard to pick up because I felt, okay, she needs to do this. This is where I'm gonna cut, these kind of things. But then when I saw it, I was like, Jesus, this monologue is long. I have to try to tighten it up. And I wanted other things, but I love, that's one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Like, that's the scene that made me like, and I was like, what is...
But wait, you liked emotions from me in that reactions?
No,
because I was like standing like this all the time.
No, you have your... I'm not going to say what you do because so that people can say... No, but it was very clear. Like, the thing is like, I don't know if this happens to you, but as soon as I shoot something or I do something, it becomes clear how can I make it better immediately. Yeah. So, for example, I have this story that when we did the short film to get the money for the movie. Yeah. There was a scene while I was in the cinema watching the screening. I'm like, how didn't I get the thought that this is gonna happen? It was so obvious what it needed to happen, and I never did it. But of course, when I was rewriting the movie, I put it on the movie because, well, the same now happens with the movie. I have the movie, and if I could shoot it in another language, I would rewrite it in a different way. It's kind of like that. But I think you have to. Also, I feel the music is very good, and it makes it also works with the feeling in a different way of that. You know, I'm not working. I have a different taste for music and things. The musician is Spanish, is from Spain, so you know that also is gonna give a different feeling when it comes to the movie. Sure. So yeah. Advice for aspiring actors you would have to give.
Choose a different profession. But that's because that's how I feel now. No, I think, I think everything's possible. Like, I didn't imagine I could get into an acting school. Okay. And nowadays, I feel like there's a lot of people not finishing acting schools and they're doing TV series here in Latvia.
Straight up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not saying that's the way to go. I don't always like how they do this, but sometimes there's a natural talent. Yeah. And you never know if you don't try. So just go with it and don't don't surrender with the first
Rejection?
rejection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
just go and try again.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Good advice. I think because you said before, maybe I'm in my 30s crisis. I think we all have to go through, like a 30s crisis and try to figure out what we really want to do. My crisis was a little bit different because, I got sidelined from making movies and telling stories. Started making too many music videos, which I'm happy that I did. But I think we need a new generation of actors devoted to a profession, telling real stories and not trying to be celebrities doing nonsense that are copies, remakes from old movies. It's stop the nonsense. Let's tell our own stories, and I think it will pay off.
Stories are not always Stories don't always depend on actors. I think they depend on. We are sort of instruments that trying to tell a story.
I agree, but I'm gonna tell you, when I see what is being done in the world stage, I feel the worst is the acting. Then is the writing. Yeah, the acting used to be really good till the 90s. Right now, everything is terrible, but like uber terrible in general everywhere.
Because maybe that's what I said. Yeah, that nowadays everybody can be an actor. Everybody's making movies without schools and education. Maybe I don't know.
Could be, but I also feel, and I talk about this in one of the small reels, that actors have this celebrity culture.
Yeah.
They want to be celebrities more than actors. And if people would stick to what you said, I just wanted to be the trash driver. Yeah. And the next day I wanted to be the fireman. And it's just about exploring yourself in different places. That would bring back the profession. But people are who's gonna sponsor this? How many followers I have on Instagram? This is not actors, this is nonsense. Like, I get it, we do this because we want the real work to go in the front, but to the time to do is the real work. I want to hear the same, because I'm gonna tell you, you have things that I didn't know you have that are very important. You told me with Bright Eyes right now how excited you were about playing this evil cockroach in the forest. This is what we need, brother. This is what we need with actors, that they're excited about this. Because everybody's just how many followers I have, if I'm in this TV, it's about what am I getting about the profession? Mm-hmm. What you get is the profession. I get to play the fucking evil cockroach, and that's amazing. And you say it joyfully, and that's why we all got into this.
Never have thought about it, because I at the beginning when you asked me what I wanted to, from where came the idea to become an actor. I wanted to be the celebrity. I explained it to you, the Hollywood, the lifestyle as I imagine. And now I have read, of course, books. It's just a front wall. What I see, so it's not that easy. Everybody's like, fighting for their places, and it's ruthless, and it's hard to be. I think
for sure.
And then from time to time, it changes. Your opinion changes what it is to be an actor, and then you come to a role, a cockroach, and you enjoy it. From A to B. But
that's the point. That's the point of being an actor, to be able to do those things and enjoy it and dive into and say...
And that's not the main role in the piece even. It's like 3 scenes, but for me, I played as the most important role. For me, it's super important because I need to conquer everybody and to get be the king of the forest.
But this is what we need. We need more of this. No, in reality, I seriously believe it, because I feel the majority of my conversations have switched from, this is cool, this is what happened, this is how we're gonna do this, to how many followers, all this outside nonsense that is necessary.
It is necessary.
Because making movies is expensive, and making theater, and we all have to pay bills, as you said, and I agree 1000%, but we cannot lose track of, we got into this because of this, and this is what needs to be sheltered and taken care of. And I think we are starving for a new generation that have that. That's why I wanted to ask you that question specifically. So don't give up so easy. Like it's important for me. Super important. Difference between acting for you on stage and in cinema.
Well, I have never. Don't have education for cinema acting.
Okay.
So we don't have the schools for that. There
Yeah.
used to be. Again, we talked about Soviet times and the cinema studio, and it was a specific studies for acting in front of the camera. And I feel that this is only, you can learn it in Latvia if you're lucky enough that somebody takes you for a movie.
Yeah.
Because if you play in national theater on the big stage,
Yeah.
you have to play as if so the front people see and those in the balcony as well. And it's a different way of playing. It's much bigger, more expressive.
Does your preparation changes also, or?
Preparation?
Yeah, how you prepare for the role, is it different?
Oh yeah, of course. I think for movies it's always like super fast. It's like you get the script and there's always no time, and time is money, and shooting is so expensive.
Yeah.
With theater, there's usually this month and a half, sometimes a month rehearsal process where you sit down, you read, then you slowly start to get up on your feet, and you know, and there's only 2 chairs. With cinema, like there's you maybe once or twice meet the director, who, like explains what's gonna be the character and like blah, 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 something. Then you go home like, okay, the shoot is after half a month, and then you arrive. Super confused, yeah. And you have to play a scene, and everybody's running around. It's like, well,
and it's a sex scene.
Yeah, for
Aren't
example.
you ready?
Yeah. No, it wasn't my case, luckily. But yeah, so I think this is what happens maybe. But I believe that these shoots differ from each other because there are some directors that needs those rehearsals before they shoot, and there are some that don't rehearse on the spot. They meet like pam, pam, pam. One shot wasn't good. Let's correct this, and then you get into the character. And also, you can't play so expressively as in theater.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I don't know. Sometimes you have to just look into the wall and think about something, and then it comes out. In theater, you can't. Nobody's gonna see. There's an actor standing there. What is he doing? What is he doing? In cinema, you have a close-up of the, I don't know, an eye twitching, for example, like, you know, and you can't see it on the second balcony.
Okay.
Of course, I play. You were at the venue where I play.
Yeah.
In this independent theater, we have only 50 seats. Audience is really close to actors, so I feel that maybe. That's a good thing for us because we are playing kind of more cinema style, maybe because we're closer.
Yeah.
And
more intimate. Yeah.
Yeah, and the people that are used to, for example, my mom's godmother and godfather, they are going to Dailas Theater and to National Theater. They have seen all the plays, and then they come to this independent theater, and I feel that they were like surprised how close the actors are.
Okay.
They're basically like this. They're sweating in front of them. And it was like, wow, it's a different experience for them. So yeah, so I think the rehearsal process more or less differs. Yeah. And for cinema, it's more nuanced, if you can say. You have to play more.
Do you get more nervous for one or the other, or is the same?
You know, in theater, once you start, you're there, and then you have to improvise in front of a camera if it's not a film roll. Yeah. I have experience with film roll as well. That's super nerve-wracking. Because you hear it's like money. It's like I can't. It's just because you have like 3 or 4 rehearsals before you actually shoot. And then you're like, oh fuck! I said, oh no, sorry, oh no, oh my god, no, oh no. The money is going away. You feel so bad. That's so stressful. When it's just an SD card, you know, you shoot again and again. Of course, everybody gets frustrated on a film set, and time is money there. But it's I like cinema more because sometimes I feel like, oh my god, I need to do this piece. We had like 3 months break, and now I have to play it again. I have to remember it again. Movie, Blacklist. I don't have to do it again. I did it. Done. And now it's just press play. I did it back there, So I love cinema because of that. I sometimes hate playing the same piece again and again.
It's hard. I've
But
done
then
it. It's
again,
hard.
you find some new things maybe there. You play better. You find new things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to improvise, and it's funny and it's joyful. For example, for kids, if we play for kids, we sometimes I don't know joke with each other on the stage, even if it's not scripted. But we laugh and allow ourselves. So yeah, there are good things in both theater and cinema.
Okay.
So there's, I think maybe it's bigger freedom in front of a camera, but I think it depends on an actor.
Okay.
Some actors I think feel better on the stage.
Well, I always said if I could have made money doing theater, I would have never done anything else. I love the theater. I love how it smells. I love that you go inside and it's dark and you go outside and it's dark again. I love that you see the same people all the time. I just love the whole process, and I really love when you get on scene. Like I just get like a wash of an adrenaline rush that I just don't get it on
I'm
anything
always
else.
so nervous.
Yes.
I hate this feeling. Once I get on stage, it somehow passes away in first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
but right before that.
But right before, I love it.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
jumping.
I hate it.
I love that.
Oh my God, that's the worst feeling. Like you have to go out and like Eminem in the
Getting ready.
But he's vomiting. I always have problems with my stomach. It's
I start sweating
it's like spinning circles. It's like super bad. It's like you can't make a documentary about me. You have to change the fact about the stomach that I'm vomiting, not the other way around.
Okay.
It's like
Just to make it more not so bad. What's the key to playing a believable romantic character? How do you approach playing a romantic lead?
Well, first of all, it's hard because you have to play with a person probably you have never met before. And
Okay.
now all of a sudden you have to love him on the stage.
Okay.
So it's I don't know. You have to sort of. Each actor probably has a different techniques how he gets there, but I think the most common is digging into past and trying to get these feelings that you have experienced.
And put them on the how to say the other lead.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the casting is like you, for example, also saw me with Katrina and with others.
Yeah.
How they turn out when they just talk or play together. I think the casting is really important.
Did you know Katrina before our movie? No.
No.
Okay.
I think we had a good contact and communication.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling that I can. So because there are, you will agree, there are those people you randomly have like. Let's go sideways.
Yeah.
By no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this wasn't the case. I had a feeling that, I can imagine that we could be together.
Yeah.
I kind of felt that it's important that I have a feeling for my partner as well, that I play with together, and I kind of felt that either she's a good liar, super good liar, or she also felt that she could play this relationship with me. And then you imagine like the guy that takes out the trash, then you jump in. Like, I'm loving this person.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain. It's so hard because there are those people that, I don't know, die on the stage like every night in theater, and they're like tearing apart their guts out, and they're crying, and then they go and how do you get out of the role? And I think that's the one way how to do it. But we are actually like a music instrument. We are sort of biological sort of instrument, and you can put on, play exact strings to get the emotions you want or the feelings you want. I try to work this way because I don't know the other way.
Yeah.
I can think of the saddest things in my life and I won't be able to cry. Okay. And then I see a movie trailer with a car, like the engine is roaring, and I cry. And I'm like, Āris, come on, you can't cry on the stage when you need like being sad because someone has died.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it's like quick montage of a Hollywood blockbuster car movie. And I was like, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Why am I where's these emotions coming from? So it's I don't know.
Well, for me, one of the things that are important is relaxation. Like to allow my emotionality, I need to be very relaxed, because if not, I tend to tighten up and just not allow myself even anger. I need to be very relaxed to let that water boil and just boom, and then go from 0 to 100. Because if I don't allow myself to relax very, very good, a lot of the times I tighten up. I feel it.
I feel that it's somehow you have to, you have to be relaxed and then just be courageous enough to go in some way, because you have to be open, and sometimes you close down because you don't know how it's gonna be, if it's gonna be good, and then what comes out is like nothing. And you have to like either, even if it's wrong, even if it's like bad, just
Face
go
first.
in one way.
Yeah.
And then the director is gonna say, "Oh, this was shit."
And then
you're like, "Okay, this is not the way, so I'm gonna try this way and this way." So you just have to try and be and actually be honest.
Yeah.
Also, I think that's the way to play this love scene.
Yeah.
Or any love scene. It depends. Yeah. What is there?
Did you know anything about Katrina before them? I know that you didn't know her, but had you seen her in something or no?
I think no. I saw her afterwards.
Okay.
We did the shooting in this Latvian TV series.
Okay.
So, but before, no.
Okay. Yeah, I was very impressed with her also, because she was like a newcomer, and she was in so many shots, and I wrote a script where she's basically in every shot except a couple of your shots, literally. What do you think about the theme of cheating? How is it? Do you feel? How is it seen in Latvia, cheating? What do you feel personally about it, but culturally also? What do you think is the opinion in general?
I don't know the opinion, but I know that I have done some bad stuff in my life.
Okay.
But I'm not proud about it. But yeah, it's sort of it happens. That's life.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just you don't mean to cheat.
Yeah.
It just happens, and then you're in the swamp.
Yeah.
Right here, and you don't know how to get out, and you didn't even want to be in this situation.
Yeah.
And then somehow time heals everything and fixes everything.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you feel, because, like in Latin America, I feel, and I think everybody who's going to see this that is from Latin America, they're going to kill me, because now I'm here, so I'm talking about our secrets there. Yeah, but I feel it's very normalized that people are cheating, and it's kind of, but it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, like it's not as, like, no woman is gonna be like, oh my God, how could you cheat? How could you cheat? They're gonna be like, I caught you. Like they're completely aware that guys cheat.
But also women could cheat, because if they're like don't like her partner, but they're like already 2 years together, but like can't quit because of they're living together.
And there comes this foreigner, and then that, those are the things that happen. Yeah. No, but in Latin America, to be specific, I think the part that is normalized is more guys towards women. I'm not saying that women don't cheat at all, but I have so many stories of guys that have a lover and it's established things, guys that have a completely different family in the next state, things like that are like, have many friends with that, so.
Well, it would be beautiful if we would live in a world where there's like no cheating, but I think we are intelligent beings, but we are animals also.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes, nature wins and things happen, I think, and it's nice to hear stories that they're like lovers from the high school and that's it. And there are those stories, and
I refuse to believe them. I refuse to believe.
I know personally a girl that she met her first and they're still together, still happily together.
And I have a friend that is like that, but I told him, you're the exception, so I'm not even paying attention
to you. Yeah, of course.
You.
And then when you're young, you're just like you're looking, you're sniffing, and you're trying to understand. Because for example, there still are those religions where you have sex after wedding. How? That's so important. Like if the
it's a huge risk bet.
Yes, if it doesn't work out, this is a big part of life. For me, I think.
For everybody.
Yeah. It's not like just holding hands and buying stuff together. It's like what? So and then they're still like, I don't know. Do they still in India marry people? Like the parents decide?
By convenience.
Crazy. How? It's like we're trying to find we can't find the best partner. It's impossible. We all have our flaws.
Yeah.
We just have to find the least flaws that we have to deal, or we can respect, learn from each other, and that's what makes a strong relationship.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning just now.
But these arranged marriages come from that theory. You're not going to find the perfect one, so it just better be with this one, that at least he has money and a house, and it comes from a good family.
Crazy.
So completely different from what I do.
I don't say that cheating is good. I just think it's inevitable. Of course, it would be nice if we would live in a world where there's no cheating. Like say, hi, I don't like you. Now I'm going to another person. And we shake hands and go our separate ways. But it's not how it works. By accident, I don't know, kiss somebody. It's like, oh my God, that was so cool. Shit. Now I'm together with this person. It's like, like this is life, I think.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about how do you think sex is portrayed here in the arts, in the content, because we were talking at the beginning or off camera a little bit that because of the Soviet censorship or the before time censorship, there was no sex, and I was telling you, one of the problems that I've had nowadays is that I feel that when I go online, I experience, or like Instagram, that everything is super clean, there's no nipples, no nothing, or there's just porn sites. There's nothing in the middle, like where we all live is a little bit in the middle. And when I grew up, there used to be movies that there would be like a naked chick on the bed. And, and now that has completely disappeared. And I wanted to bring it back just so that people can relate to, because everybody's having, what we were talking a little bit, that everybody that has a partner has a functioning sexual relationship. And this is the normalest thing in the world. And but how do you feel they're gonna take it or think about it?
Well, I can start. For me, for example, I know that, well, if it's about love and you want to show sex, then I always feel like awkward at sex scenes. Not because I haven't seen them, because now it's like a sex scene, now I have to look how people are making out. But I really loved, I can't remember now what movie was that, because but there was a scene, it was so beautiful because they sort of just gonna have a sex and then they're showing an antelope and it was a gepard or a lion chasing.
Wild Tales.
It was the Wild Tales?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And it was so good, and the sex was all there. I don't know, it was a different level than showing it directly. I think here people either gonna be like, that's so sexy. Not because they haven't seen, but because maybe they are with their other one. I don't know. For me, like, of course, there's a different feeling watching porn than watching a sex scene in a movie. I don't know. I sometimes like when they just skip, and it's like just gonna make out, and then suddenly there's the second morning.
You're gonna be shocked then.
Because there are a lot of lies there. Because they make out, and then the guy finishes, and was there a condom? Don't they go to toilet and clean up?
You have a lot of questions. Like
Of course, you can't show. Usually, people in movies don't pee and they don't shit because that's for like, you don't have to show everything. That's probably the cinema rules. But sometimes I feel like awkward. Well, if it's the sex scene, they show everything, like how with all the things that happened are happening. And the other thing is that I think it's still a man's world. It's like we all enjoy seeing naked breasts of women, but we don't show penises for guys. Just an ass.
But the problem is
like what?
But it's the censorship. Like the thing, because I know I'm having that problem. I almost had that problem with the
boobs are like okay, but penis is not good.
Boobs, no, penis and open vaginas are not good. So you cannot show them. But a girl standing naked, you can, because then it's...
I enjoy seeing a naked woman.
No, I mean, come on.
Day or night.
Yeah.
But I feel that
there should be
really, it's a really difficult world we live in. We need to respect so many rights and genders and everything. So I sometimes tend to be confused how I feel about it.
Okay.
I don't want to be the manly man that wants to, see boobs and this is good and this is bad and I don't know how they're gonna take the sex in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're long, the sex scenes that I have. Like the one that you're involved is not that long, but
I enjoyed talking about the sex scenes. The latest one was I think it was the uninvited guests.
Okay.
They had this like scene with three women and one of the main characters. I don't know if you have seen it.
I saw it. Yeah? I wanted to turn on the light on that scene. I was why is it so dark? I loved it. And I saw you there because you were playing a director. Shooting. So I saw that.
The second season.
I saw it. I loved it. But I remember seeing the sex scene. I'm like, why is it so dark? I want to see more.
I want to see more. I liked it, but I sort of
I liked it, but I'm more of a.
But it was a lot, I think, for Latvia. It was like,
oh wow,
oh my god.
Well,
so I don't know what we can expect from your movie.
Well, if that was a lot, then no. The thing is, like I approach the sex scenes differently. I don't approach them from the visually, although the visually is important, but from the acting. So I had very long conversations with the actors about how are they reacting to what is happening.
And did we have this conversation?
Yes, but with you was kind of easier because
I was so nervous. I thought, oh my God, we need this intimacy coach because I won't be able to do it.
Hilarious. What you did was hilarious.
Yeah, but I was so nervous about me and I have done. In Blackus, I needed to do the sex scene. It was like in the car.
I remember.
It was so stressful.
Did you work with an intimacy coach there?
No.
Have you ever worked with an intimacy coach?
No, I have just heard that they're there.
Yes.
But to imagine that there's a person in between that helps two actors to communicate because it's so. Like you can kiss, you can touch each other, but playing sex, it's something different. I don't know why. It's not the same as, for example, kissing.
Yeah.
Although I just had the scene with and I was again nervous because I think, is my breath okay? Am I gonna kiss okay? I have this mustache. Does she likes mustache? Oh my God, I have so many questions. But I knew the actress. We have played before. So I straight away, I said, hey, I'm nervous about this, and this. And she's like, oh, stop it. It's gonna be okay. I was like,
Okay. So that
and the
helped.
same with Anta. With Anta that I played. Yeah, the first sex scene. I told everything. I said, sorry, I'm afraid that I'm gonna have a boner because we have to play, and if I have one, I'm really sorry. I can't control it. Like sorry.
I'm a young guy.
I'm a young guy, and she was so chill and was so comforting because I was super nervous. She was like, it's okay, and we had a good contact as actors. I told everything to her.
Okay.
I was like, I'm just gonna do the sex scene. I'm super confident, and no, I was being super honest, and that sometimes it super helps. To be super honest. And she said, okay, if something happens, just feel safe, and everything's okay. I also feel a bit weird, and let's just do this and let's do our best. So
That's cool.
I was super afraid, and with Catherine, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always really protective with I don't know how to say with a partner.
Okay.
In life and also on stage if
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I have heard that there are actors, they just go and they just do, and they're like, yeah, I'm the sexy guy, I'm gonna do the sex scene how I do and
Okay.
something.
So
In this this sort of field, I feel a bit unconfident.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want that the partner that is
Yeah.
playing together with me feels good.
Yeah.
Because in the end, we are working.
Yeah, together. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I feel the way you're approaching is the right way. I always try to get out of the way, but I let the actors talk. You know, like that they have to talk their details so that they understand. But,
You know how it is? Like, hopefully they're gonna just do it. Let's go, guys, talk and do the sex scene.
no, like in your case.
I was super nervous, but I
But
just
in your
understood
case,
I
for
have
me,
to
it was
do
a little bit easier because you guys
Yeah,
were under the blankets. There was you didn't need to, it was very fakeable. I didn't have a camera on your face. So, yeah, because one thing that normally I do is that I tell everybody when we're doing a sex scene, just play an animal. Nobody wants to see your sex face. Yeah, just do it better. But I didn't even tell you this because I knew the shot wouldn't be with you. But that's.
But Katrina is seeing my face.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
have to-
But it's
I can't
good
be
because she reacts to that. And that scene is hilarious. That scene is
But
hilarious.
there was a different scene. It was sort of a we weren't doing it so serious. It was like funny because the guys.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I get you. For me, it's impossible. I would never get an erection doing a sex scene. I'm just so it's impossible. It's actually kind of a killer. Like the times that I've done sex scenes, it killed all, if I had any type of feeling for the girl, or even if I felt they were hot, it's just so choreographed, everything, that it feels like a bad sex experience. And then after, I would be like completely like chill and friendly with them. But I would be we would always be talking, okay, this is how it's gonna be played, this is what I have to do, this like this, get up. I would be with the caramel, you get the caramel, I get the caramel. Let's try to make it better for both of us so that we don't stink. Yeah.
And there's another thing.
Yeah.
You know, I have a girlfriend. We're like together for a super long time, and I trust my feelings. I really love her and want to be together with her for the rest of my life. But at that point, you need to play the sex scene. Katrina is a beautiful young woman, and you're afraid that if I'm gonna have this like sort of animal feelings
Awakening.
towards her. Is that sort of that means that I don't love my girlfriend or what? Or
No, that
just-
means that you're a human being. Like
but,
if you,
but you get these thoughts, you know.
no, I
these
get it,
thoughts,
I get it. But if you wouldn't have those feelings,
That's
there is a
something's
problem.
wrong.
Yeah, of course. Like it's completely, and also because well, I don't know how much you worked with her, how much you talked to her, but you know, like if you're working with somebody and you're doing something that you feel is cool, you know, there's this kind of like partnership, like, you know, there's a way it's not togetherness, but you know, you start getting closer to the person, and that is very easy to feel stuff, and but that just means that you're a human being. It's like the same that if I'm playing a scene and I really want to punch somebody in the face, I'm not gonna start boxing because of that. Yeah, like it's not. Oh, should I be a boxer? Maybe I'm not a director. I should be. No, it's never gonna happen. But I get you because it's tricky. I think it's generational differences. I'm gonna talk to like an expert that apparently she does the intimacy coaching. To be fair, the first time I heard about that, I was like, oh my God. Like it feels so, like I feel it's just.
You don't understand why it's necessary.
I understand why it's necessary. I don't understand why it has to be necessary. I feel that the way is how you're saying. sit like an adult and an actor and a grown man and a grown woman and say, we're gonna play this. Okay, you talk to the director explaining, okay, the camera is here, this is what happened. Whatever makes it more comfortable for you.
Like in Love Actually, where there's those
exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Just posing for actors.
But I feel that everybody has to figure it out themselves.
Yep.
And I'm guessing, I've never worked with one, but I'm guessing that intimacy coach is gonna be kind of like that. And of course, I understand that at scale, there can be scenes that you're gonna end up with a partner that you just don't like the actor because you just don't vibe. Yeah. And there it would be, you need somebody to be in the middle. I get it there, but I just feel that we need to take the profession back to the root and not because this is why I feel acting is terrible. Now we have acting coaches, we have dialect coaches, intimacy coaches, but the acting sucks. Yeah, like if we would have the best, if Marlon Brando would be alive doing right now, or Laurence Olivier, or whoever, no, now everybody's worse. And I think it's because it's taking the agency out of the actor, that you have to develop the skills of like, okay, how am I gonna communicate? You know, like imagine you're making a movie or a theater play with a great actress that you just don't vibe with because of whatever reason. Well, if you're a great actor and she's a great actress, you gotta figure out, because it's just gonna be better for the world that you two work together.
Yep.
And I think these people in the middle, they just don't help. And I'm not saying they don't help because I feel subjectively that don't help. It's that when I see the result, like I remember one time we were criticizing this movie, I do remember where it is, but I'm not gonna name it. And I was like, the failure of this scene is that this act, it's not only badly written, it's badly acted, but this guy has an acting coach. The acting coach failed too. Everybody failed at this. So it used to be simpler, but because it used to be simpler, people had to develop way more skills. And I think that, yeah, if I have an industry in a long enough timeline, you know, instead of having a good actor, it's just easier to hire an acting coach to talk to somebody that is going to be 3 seconds on a scene. And if there's 2 partners that they need to be close to each other naked, their intimacy coach is going to work because it's too little time, too small the thing. But for the bigger things, I think actors need to come back to really, okay, this is what I gotta do. How am I gonna talk? I'm gonna express how I feel it. If I feel too uncomfortable, don't do a stupid movie. Find your thing to do. Like, and I just base this in the results. So to be fair, because I changed my mind a lot. To be fair, we're gonna be talking in a year. I'm like, Āris, I'm never doing anything without an intimacy coach again. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do feel that I want that the approach that you have is what I think people should have. Like, just have an honest conversation, like a grown-up, just saying how you feel.
It helps. Yeah, being honest helps.
Yeah.
And of course, it's like it's not one way how to, for example, manual car. You have to put it in the gear.
Yeah.
Press the clutch first, put it in gear, let it go, give some gas.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it maybe with your arms and something, but more or less there's just one way how to start driving a car.
Yeah.
But that's not the case how to do a role or a scene.
Yeah.
So there's so many ways.
Yeah, I get you.
Well, you can push the car off the cliff and it's also going to drive. You get the idea.
No, I get the idea.
Yeah.
I get it. When you started with the analogy, I was like, where is he going with the car? No, but now I get it.
I like cars.
I get it.
That's why I use
Yeah. I'm seeing motorcycles too, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Because you post, yeah. How was it working? Was it your first time working with like an international flavor production? How did it feel? Did it make it profoundly different to what's happening here? How did it felt, that part?
The first thing that popped into my mind was when I was still studying, I got a role for a commercial.
Okay.
I needed to go to Poland. It was a commercial for yogurt or something.
Okay.
A strawberry yogurt.
Okay.
So I needed to jump across the strawberry field and something like,
Okay.
And I think I needed to sing in Polish and then something and spend a day. It was like,
Wow.
I had an airplane ticket, a hotel.
Okay.
Somebody picked me up from a hotel. There was
Living the dream.
There was a food bus.
Living the
I
dream.
spent the whole day, and then I
Okay.
needed, at the end of the day, I needed to jump over those strawberries, and they paid me, I don't know, it was like 400 lats or something. It's
Wow.
Still, yeah, I was still a student.
Wow, back in the day, that's a lot
I
of
was like,
money.
yeah, this is the life. I'm gonna do this. And there was
Cut to today.
But there was international, because you know commercials is a different thing.
Yeah,
different money, different production, and they tend to be really. That was the first not from Latvia production that I remember.
Okay.
But it wasn't that different.
Okay.
You know, it's just you have to communicate in English.
Yeah.
I don't mind that, because I've also worked with a director from Berlin.
Okay.
I went there, didn't understand the language at all, but we did a piece together, an opera piece. I
Okay.
was an actor and live video camera guy there, and I'm still working with them together. And yeah, the only barrier is language, maybe from time to time, but the rest is like, of course I can feel like your blood is different. It's the temperature is way higher than we have here, so it is like you're like bam, 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 it's like woo, whoa, everything's like that.
Okay.
And you have to adjust to that, but then again, it's super interesting that it's not again the same war movie or something like that. It's not that I have like hundreds of movies.
But I get you.
I always, that's why I like to agree to projects, because in every project you learn, even if it's a good or bad experience, you learn from it and you become a better actor.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Like the more you can do, like one of my best experiences as an actor was with foreigners, with Americans that were in Venezuela. And it was an amazing thing. No, I love it, to be honest. Working here in Latvia, I always knew that Latvians were very talented with acting, because I shot some music videos before here. And I also felt that we're very talented with music, because everybody here plays an instrument, and every time I go to the karaoke with my Latvian friends, I feel I'm in The Voice. You know, everybody sings, or, you know, and I also feel that Latvians have a very good eye for aesthetics. I feel everything that is photography, cinematography, and even scenography, art direction in general, they have a very good taste. But still, I just feel it's so complicated to make a movie, and so many things have to go in. And one of my fears were the working habits, because I work at a crazy pace, and because I went to school in New York, and that's just madness all the time.
That's how they do it there.
That's how we do it. Well, specifically when you're studying, because of course, at some moment, if I have all the money in the world, I can be in the monitor and we'll rent a theater to rehearse for the movie before, because I wanna continue doing bigger things. But you know, in order to open those doors, I have to open the first doors. And the first doors you have to do is basically try to make the best movie that you can with whatever
Less
you
amount
have.
of money,
And that was the challenge. But I was very impressed. Even when we were shooting, like, because we were editing in real time, and the editor was showing me the movie, and I was like, it's amazing. Because you kind of have expectations, whatever you do. And I know, like, whatever expectations I had, in my mind, nothing was looking like this. And if it would have, I would have shot this movie 2 years before, because I really would have wanted to go through it. So, and I feel right now, I'm very happy, so happy with the result, that I feel, okay, technically we can make something that sounds amazing, looks amazing. So now let's get into the different subjects and all the stories that I want to tell. Very happy with what we did with Vulgar. I love your work, by the way. I think it's fundamental to the piece, even if I know you feel you didn't do that much, because we shot in so little time, and you feel you're not that much in the movie, but you're gonna see the movie and you're gonna be like, well, I'm actually a lot. Because
I have changed. I don't think about people having small roles.
Yeah.
There are no. There's the saying there are small actors, not
yeah,
small roles. Yeah.
1000%.
So yeah, and I don't feel like that. Like, oh, I'm not gonna do this because this is a small role. I'm waiting for my big role.
Yeah.
No, this is how you learn. Also with these small experiences, because you have to do it good as well. Because people maybe don't remember you, but they if you do good, because there was a guy that did good.
Yeah.
But they definitely remember if you do it bad.
Well, I think you're gonna. I'm afraid with you that you might take a lot of hit because you're kind of the bad guy in the movie. Yeah, like you're not the bad guy, but you're not the good guy. Let's put it this way. Yeah, but it's a matter of perspective of the character. You know, in certain story, like in a story that the guy needs to leave the house when he's a teenager, the mom becomes a villain. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not.
She's not. Yeah, and that's the case with your character. But I will see how they react to it. But man, no, I really appreciate how your dedication, your talent, and it was a joy to have you in the set. I can't wait to work with you again, and we'll find things to do for sure. And thank you for coming here and having this conversation, because I think it's first time that we sit to really talk and get to know each other.
This is the longest conversation
we
have ever had, I think.
But it's good, It was, and thank you for coming, man.
Thanks.
And well, thank you for everybody who watched this. We'll have more episodes about the Vulgar conversation. This was Āris Matesovičs. You can find him on Instagram. He's gonna be in the description. Go support, throw him a like, a follow. He's an amazing actor. If you need somebody for your project, I cannot recommend him more. And thank you for everybody who view. And Vulgar is gonna be soon in the cinemas. We'll let you know, and keep in touch.